Hello everybody, welcome back to another Q&A. This is part 2 or part 3 depending on how you look at it. But you guys said that I don't bore you and you guys want to hear all the answers to the rest of the questions. Miyako2002 asks, is there somewhere in Japan that you haven't traveled to that you would like to? And if so, where? And what would you like to do there? Okay. Well, there are a lot of places in Japan that I haven't been to and that I haven't traveled to yet. Kanazawa is one of those places that I would love to visit. I've never been there. I've seen pictures of it, and yeah, that is definitely one place I really want to visit. I am planning a trip to Japan in 2018 to Kyoto and Tokyo. What are your top recommendations that I should eat at or visit? Well, right now I am currently in the process of planning the top 10 things to do. The top 10... Whoa, what is wrong with me today? The top 10 things to do in Tokyo video. I'm planning to make that. So that one should come out sometime this year. And I want to do the same thing for Kyoto as well. That's most likely going to be sometime early next year. And I'm also going to be doing the top 10 things you should eat for both cities, so stay tuned for that. Fran M asks, do you know where the best UFO machine is in Tokyo? I do not, but they're all over the place, and I don't think there is a singular place that's superior to others. There are some places with a lot more UFO machines, but they're literally found all over the city, so you have no problems finding one that you like. Marcela Arviana asks, where do you guys live? We live in Tokyo, in the Nakano ward. It's a really nice place to live. It has a really nice old-fashioned shotengai or shopping street with pretty much everything you could want in a neighborhood. Jonathan Hunter asks, will you guys ever do a Draw My Life? That is something I've been thinking about doing for the longest time. I'm not so sure if Satoshi's keen on doing that because, as you guys know, he's a bit more reserved than I am, and you know, a lot more private than I am. So I don't know, I'll discuss it with Satoshi, and if he's keen on doing that, we'll do that over on Toby Eats, and if not, I'll do one over on this channel. Ruth Marie Land asks, I heard at one point you guys are considering visiting Seattle. Have you decided when, if you do? Well, we were thinking about doing it because we are thinking of riding the Amtrak from Los Angeles to Oakland, San Francisco. And we thought maybe we should just go up to Seattle, but most likely not this time. We're in the planning stages right now, and we realized that we don't have enough time to visit all 3 cities. So Seattle definitely on a future must visit. Jonathan Lee asks, will you be willing to do a Reddit AMA the next time you do a Q&A? Now, I'm not really sure what a Reddit AMA means, so if you could let me know what that is in the comment below, maybe with a link, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, Annette Mulder is asking, with fall approaching, what kinds of foods or dishes are becoming available? Well, oden is already available at the convenience stores, and many of the fruits and fresh produce are coming out, the fall produce, such as sweet potatoes, chestnuts, grapes, nashi, Japanese pears, and figs, and I think persimmons not quite out yet, but persimmons should be coming out soon. Persimmons, by the way, is one of my favorite fruits in the entire world. Dr. Fig Videos is asking, if one has limited time, a week or less, where do you recommend visiting in Japan? Well, if it's your first time, I definitely recommend Tokyo because Tokyo has a little bit of everything. So yeah, if it's first time, definitely Tokyo. Okay, Anomi Train asks, I'll be making a return trip to Tokyo soon. And as much as I love Japanese food, during my last trip, I found myself really craving leafy green type vegetables like bok choy and watercress. I could not find any dishes with something like that. Plenty of cabbage, but I really need my leafy greens. Am I just missing it? Do you know of any restaurants in Tokyo that serve these types of dishes? I totally get what you mean. We do have salads, but like you said, it mostly consists of cabbage. Let's see. Bok choy is available, but it's not eaten year-round, and it's not that common. Watercress is even less common than bok choy, I believe. I personally love watercress salad. Most of my friends don't really care for watercress. If you want leafy greens, I would suggest going to some place where they serve like vegan dishes or healthier dishes, salads, sandwich place, somewhere where they sell salads. And there are a lot of those restaurants as well. Just don't expect to find leafy greens at a Japanese restaurant. Okay, Nini Steph asks, one restaurant recommendation in Tokyo and your favorite district in Tokyo. One restaurant recommendation in Tokyo. Now, I gotta tell you that there are a lot of good restaurants in Tokyo, but I'll just make one recommendation, and that would be a ramen shop called Tatsunoya located in Shinjuku. I believe they have one of the best ramen that you could ever eat in the world. Even when I went to Hokkaido, I haven't had a better bowl of ramen than this place called Tatsunoya. We did a review of that place over on Toby Eats, so please search for it over on Toby Eats. Tatsunoya. Your favorite district in Tokyo? Once again, I do have more than one, but I guess I would say Shinjuku because that's kind of like my hood. This is Cyrene asks, which places in Los Angeles do you plan to visit this October? We haven't really decided yet. We do have a lot on our list, a lot of places that we would love to go. One place is the Grand Central Market. I am dying to go there and try as much food as I can there. Another thing I'd like to try is authentic Mexican food. I want to go to a couple of good bakeries, and we'll see. I'm kind of interested in going to Koreatown as well because I love Korean food. Sharon Kato asks, how about places to see and eating places in Kawagoe? You know, this is something that I've been meaning to do. I've been meaning to make a proper Kawagoe video. I have 2 Kawagoe videos over on Toby Eats, but they're kind of vloggy and you know, they're not really informative, and so sorry about that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna I definitely plan on making a proper Kawagoe video of the eating places as well as you know, places to see in Kawagoe, probably sometime this fall. Akira Nair asks, what was the #1 bizarre food you've ever eaten, and did it actually taste delicious? I would say locusts. That was the most bizarre thing, and they actually didn't taste bad. Insensate T7 asks, do you meet with fans in Japan or other parts of the world? That would be yes and no. I think I answered this question before. But yeah, my answer is it depends because we're extremely busy and we rarely have time to even meet our friends. That's how busy we are. So it really depends. If you can get a few people together, you know, maybe the viewers on Toby Eats, and you know, maybe ask around, see if they'll be in time the same time as you, and then plan something, and then yeah, it could be possible. Alicia McGinley asks, from my great niece, what is your favorite food? My favorite food? I probably answered this too, but let's see. I'll answer it differently. Another one of my favorite food would be fried noodles. I love fried noodles of all kinds. I really do. Fried noodles. Okay. Joy Hansen asks, growing up in Hawaii, did you ever go to Shirokiya? And what did you think? Yes, I did. I went to Shirokiya pretty much every week with my mother. My mother loved that place. If you ate there, what was your favorite food? Did you like the bakery? I didn't really eat there much. I didn't really love their food. If I ate there, I think I probably ate the tonkatsu, if I remember correctly. I didn't care for the udon or soba there. I sometimes eat the curry too, the curry rice. And did I like the bakery? I did, but I didn't really love it. Libni Acevedo asked, how do you manage to be together and work together on YouTube? How do you balance that? YouTube can be overwhelming. Definitely true, definitely true. And it is a huge challenge. It used to be much more challenging in the beginning, but yeah, even though it's easier now, it's still a huge challenge. I think what we had to do is we had to learn how to compromise, because we both have different ideas, and our ideas are usually very different, and the way we approach things are very different as well. So we just had to learn to respect each other's ways of doing things and accept it and respect it, and just try to do our best, really. John Barnstead asks, are either or both of you fond of poetry? Sorry, we're not. Probably because we haven't read or heard of poetry lately, so can't really say we're fond of poetry. But I know that there's some good poetry out there. Kriamon asks, have you or do you plan on visiting other countries? Yes, we are. We're planning to visit Los Angeles and San Francisco, America, this October, and hopefully more countries next year. Donald Walker asks, how did you come up with the name Toby Eats for a channel name? Well, we wanted a name that was catchy and easy to remember, although I'm not sure if Toby Eats is easy. We also wanted a name that would be half Japanese, half English. And Tabi means to travel or journey. Eats means food or eat. And so we thought that sounded pretty good. Anime ASMR asks, what inspired you to create Toby Eats? I think I answered this before, you know, basically I have a lot to say, I have a lot to share, and I think sharing your experiences as well as your passions with the world can inspire other people. One of my goals in life is to inspire people to step out of their comfort zone and challenge yourself. You know, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, it's never too late, never too early. Because I think we learn to be better people that way. You know, the more open-minded we become, the more open we are to the world, we become better people. So even though our channel is all about food and travel, behind all of that is my desire to inspire people to step out of their comfort zone. Miri Riano, one fan, asked, how can you speak English so well? Were you raised in another country? Thank you. I don't really speak that well, but thank you. I was raised in Hawaii, which is why I have this sort of Hawaiian pidgin accent. If you're from Hawaii, you probably recognize that right away. But yeah, I lived in Hawaii for a long time. Have you collaborated with YouTubers in the US before? Yes, we have. We've collaborated with Emmy Made in Japan, Just One Cookbook, Panko Bunny. We collaborate with a lot of people actually in the US. Kirk McGirt asks, I wanted to know what you think about eating disorders. It doesn't have to be specific. I heard you talking about your own struggles with food and addiction. Maybe you can shed some light on how you develop a more healthy relationship with food and yourself. Unless you really have the desire to change, and it's not just a, you know, a desire like, yeah, I want to lose weight, but it's hard, or I want to get healthy, but you know, not this kind of, you know, want or wish, hope for wishing, but it's like, damn, I'm gonna change my life, I'm gonna do something, fuck what people say, this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take control of my life, and that's that. There was a point in my life where I looked in the mirror and hated myself, and I realized that, and I thought, you know what, no matter how much I blame my mother, or the people around me, or the bullying, or whatever, the only person that can change how my life is going to turn out is me. And once I realized that, I just made a decision that this cannot continue, and I have to do something about it. And that was what that was what started me on the road to a better life. I still struggle with a lot of issues, make no mistake about that. You know, I don't talk about it over on Toby Eats because I don't think that's where it should be talked about. Toby Eats is a place where people come to be happy and to smile and to learn about food and culture and travel and whatnot. So things like that I'll talk about over here, and maybe one day I'll talk about my journey with the struggles I had with food. Dan B. Can you show us a picture of Satoshi without a hat? Well, that's something you would have to ask him. And number two, he'll probably say yes to one of his older pictures. Number two, will you do a house tour? Yes, we would love to if the house wasn't so messy. Can you detail your camera and lighting equipment? This is a Sony RX100 IV, and this is a camera that we usually use for close-ups as well as vlogging. And anytime we're outside of the house, we use this camera. We have another camera that we use that is a Panasonic G6. We usually use that camera, it's usually standing on a tripod in front of us when we're cooking or when we're doing our food reviews. Okay, so what are the two things of being a YouTube content provider do you like the least? One is something I talked about before, is the challenge of trying to balance your life with work. That's really hard because you're working at home, you edit at home, so your home sort of becomes your workplace, and it's hard to separate that. So that's something I don't like, and I wish there was a way I could change that. I just don't know how at the moment. And I guess the other thing is that you never really can stop. I love making content for YouTube. I really do. It's probably the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. I really love it. I can't even explain to you how much I love making content on YouTube. But there are times when I become very tired, really exhausted, mentally as well as physically, and I wish that I could just veg out in front of the television, watch sitcoms or play a game or something all day long. But I don't have the luxury of doing that, so I wish that there was a way I could take a vacation like that. One day I'll figure it out, but at the moment it's pretty hard. And number 5, can you get Lawrence on the cell phone for the live stream? Oh, I wish I could. Let me think about that. I think he would love to be on the live streams. You know, as you know, he loves being on camera and he loves talking to you guys. Nisha W asks, is it difficult living in Japan than the USA? And what's different? Well, I mean, there are a lot of things that are different. Really, it's different. Difficult living in Japan, I think there are, you know, difficulties living anywhere. It really doesn't matter where you're living. I don't think there's a single place that's easy to live in. It's a very safe country. You don't really have to worry about things like guns, you know, getting shot or getting robbed, you know, things like this. You don't have these kind of worries. For me, that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I like living here in Japan. Candy Yayo asks, have you ever tried those cherries? They're these very expensive cherries. Yes, I have, and I love them, but I would not pay for them. Not that much money for cherries. Okay, Scarlett Cooper asks, what is a good substitute for carrageenan or gelatin when cooking? I'm not really sure I don't know what carrageenan means, but a good substitute for gelatin would be agar-agar. Anthony Dida asks, any itinerary for San Francisco Bay Area yet? Not yet, but coming very soon. Natalie Wong asks, do you think you ever come to Vancouver, Canada? Yes. I'd love to visit Canada one day. I have never been there before, and I heard the people are so kind there. M2DV1 asks, have you thought about setting up a PO box for fans to send food items? Yeah, you know, we did look into that. There is a similar, like a PO box thingy in our neighborhood post office, but the boxes are really tiny, and so they probably wouldn't fit a box. So yeah, we're trying to figure that out. But for now, you just if you want to send us something, just send us an email and we'll give you our mailing address. What are some food items that you hate and will never review? Well, I guess anything to do with insects. But having said that, we just received a package from Mexico containing worms. Gina Lee asks, if you could only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be, and what do you think Satoshi's would be? Wow, that's like the most difficult question I've ever been asked. Wow, that's a really difficult question. Onigiri. And what do you think Satoshi's would be? I think his would be yakiniku. Yeah, grilled beef. SickDelusion asks, what are, in your opinion, Japanese signature dishes that every foreigner should try at least once? And this is a video that we are going to be coming up with very soon, so stay tuned. HanSoo asks, I want to see more of you guys buying stuff from vending machines, gachapons, and your cooking battles. Okay, alright, we'll try to do more of them. I do have a question. Why is gift giving so important in Japanese culture? I don't know. Okay, Soraya Yus Rizal is asking a lot of questions. Number one, when was your first kiss? Did you like it and what did it feel like? Wow, that's personal. Okay, my first kiss was when I was 17 with a guy, and he was a co-worker at my part-time job at a sushi place in Hawaii. And did I like it? Yes, I did, but I was very nervous. What did it feel like? Yes, I was very nervous, but I knew that I didn't hate it. Since I can ask anything, are you dating Satoshi? Since when? And is he the one? Okay, so are you dating Satoshi? I wouldn't say that we're dating because we've been together for almost 18 years. Flurry Heart asks, have you ever thought of migrating to a different country to start a family? Not really. What would you do if you guys weren't doing YouTube? I don't know. I think for Satoshi, he would still be working at his old job. For me, I might have become a fashion designer. Seriously. Eat Lazy asks, I know you really like chocolate, but what is your #1 favorite Japanese chocolate? Well, to be honest with you, Japanese chocolate is not my favorite. I know it's yours, but it's not mine. But if I were to choose, I do like the Look chocolates. They're cheap and they're really good for the price. Trinity Lee, hello Trinity. I have a couple of health food related questions and a random question. So, since you both are eating healthy and exercising more, what are some of your go-to healthy and or low carb meals during the week? Probably would be natto. We eat natto practically every day, and we eat it in everything. We make natto spaghetti, natto salad, natto soup. Natto is something that we can literally eat every day, and it's really good for you. So yeah, that's the answer for that one. Will you share more of your healthy meals or recipes on Toby Eats or possibly Shinichi's World? Yes, that's actually what we're trying to do on Toby Eats because it seems like you guys enjoy that. So we'll continue to do that, and if there is no room for that on Toby Eats, I'll definitely do more on this channel. I love the format of how you shot most of the recent kakigori recipes. Will you continue to do these formats? Yes, we will. We were in a MCN called Tastemade, and they required that you have beautiful food shots. They had all these different rules, very, very strict, which is why they were filmed that way. But as our channel evolved, we noticed that our recipe videos no longer reflects what we're trying to express with our videos, and so it was an experiment. We thought maybe you guys might like it more this way, so I'm very happy to hear that you enjoy this way of filming. So once again, I apologize for the very lengthy video, and I apologize if I missed any one of your questions. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of them because there are still quite a lot more questions. I cannot believe how many questions you guys asked, but I am grateful that you guys took the time to write your questions. I'm sorry again if I didn't answer your questions, but hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, about Satoshi, about Toby Eats, and that's the end of the Q&A. I promise the next video is not going to be another Q&A. It's going to be something else, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So thank you for watching, and have a great week, everybody. Bye.